When a woman wants to sleep with you, she will rarely say that directly. Instead, she'll say some indirect things. She'll hint at something and essentially give you an opportunity to realize that she wants to sleep with you because she doesn't want to sound too easy. She wants you to be able to respect her. She doesn't want to look like a woman who is chasing sex or is too easy when it comes to sex. To make sure that you don't misinterpret what the woman is saying and end up thinking that a woman wants to sleep with you when she doesn't, I'm going to add in a bit of context with each of the examples of what she might say, because sometimes a woman will say it and it doesn't actually mean that she wants to sleep with you. It really depends on the context. So the first example, she asks, "What are you doing after this?" And what makes it an example of her wanting to sleep with you is she says it while looking at your mouth and then back up to your eyes a couple of times, or she brushes against you when she says it, or she gets physically close. If that's the case, she's not essentially just asking about your schedule or what your plans are. Instead, she's asking because she's actually feeling attracted to you and she's open to something potentially happening between you and her. So, for example, if she's looking at you in the eyes and she looks down at your mouth and then back up to your eyes and down at your mouth, what's going on is that she's thinking about kissing you. And that's why she keeps looking at your mouth. If a woman is not feeling sexually attracted to a guy, she's usually not going to continue looking at his mouth and then back up to his eyes. A woman may look at a guy's mouth for another reason, right? If he has something stuck in his tooth or has something weird going on with his mouth or something like that, or she just happens to look at his mouth and look at his eyes because she's analyzing him and assessing him. But if a woman asks you, "What are you doing after this?" and she brushes up against you while she's saying it, or she gets physically close while she's saying it, or she's looking at you in the eyes and down at your mouth and maybe lingering on your mouth for a bit and then back up to your eyes, then she's trying to show you that she's finding you sexually attractive and she's open to potentially sleeping with you. Another example is if she says, "I feel so comfortable around you," and she says it while getting physically closer to you, or touching your arm, or a really obvious one would be touching your chest. Essentially, she's trying to say to you that she's open, right? She feels comfortable around you, she's getting physically close, but she's not saying, "Hey, I want to sleep with you. Do you want to have sex? Do you want to go back to your place or my place and hook up?" Instead, she's saying, "I feel so comfortable around you." And she's getting physically close to you, or she's touching your arm, or she may touch something on your shirt and play with one of your buttons or something like that. And essentially, she's trying to say that, "Hey, I'm open, I'm finding you attractive, I feel comfortable closing the physical distance between you and I." And she's trying to hint at the fact that she's open to having sex with you, she's thinking about sleeping with you, and you need to be able to pick up on those signs and feel confident enough to move things forward. A really obvious one here, number 3, "We should get out of here." Now, for some guys, they may think that she just wants to get out of the venue. But if the woman is getting physically close to you, or if she's giving you a flirtatious look when she says it, then she's not just talking about getting out of there for the sake of getting out of there. Instead, she's giving you an opportunity to then suggest that you and her go to another bar, or go to a cafe, or go to get something to eat, or go to your place to hang out or her place to hang out. And if you can do that, she then feels like, okay, this guy gets it. He understands that women aren't going to say, "Hey, I want to get out of here and just go home and have sex with you. You want to go? Or you want to have sex tonight? Or you want to hook up tonight?" Women aren't going to say that sort of thing in 99.9% of cases. Instead, they'll just throw something out there. They'll dangle a bit of an opportunity. "I want to get out of here. I'm getting bored of this place." It's an opportunity for you to feel confident, to understand what's going on, and to move things forward. Number 4, "It's getting late. Should I even go home though?" So she says that while sitting next to you or sitting with you, and is essentially waiting for you to offer her another option. If she wanted to go home alone, in almost all cases, she would say something like, "Well, it's been nice to meet you. I have to get up early, so I better go now." Or, "All right, well, I'm going to go now. Nice to meet you." Instead, she says something like, "Oh, it's getting late. Should I even go home though?" And she's essentially waiting to see what you're going to be able to do with that type of opportunity. Are you the sort of man who believes in himself? Are you the sort of man who can understand the subtle signals of women? Or are you a man who is a bit naive, a bit wet behind the ears when it comes to women, and is going to assume that she's just making conversation? Or are you a man who, for example, is going to feel like he's losing his opportunity with her now? That's what it means. So he then tries to convince her to stay. No, stay. You know, stay out and party more, sort of thing. And she senses that he's desperate for a result with her and he's feeling like he's losing his opportunity with her. He doesn't get it. He's a bit naive in terms of how women actually communicate their sexual interest in a man and their sexual availability. Another example, "You're bad." So the context here is that she says that while she's smiling and enjoying the interaction. Right? She's feeling attracted to you, and she might even bite her lip or touch your chest and say something like, "You're bad." And essentially what women mean by "you're bad" is you're making her feel sexually turned on. You're making her want to have sex. You're the sort of guy that makes her feel like, who cares? I'm going to have a one night stand with him. Or if we have sex and we start dating and it only lasts for a month or so because he's a bit of a player, or he seems like a guy who's not going to commit to her, or he seems like he just wants to have sex, or he can't be tamed or something like that, who cares? Right? She's just going to go along with it because she's feeling attracted to him, and therefore she's saying something like, "You're bad," right? Because she is feeling turned on. She's feeling like she wants to have sex. And if a guy hears that from a woman, "You're bad," if he doesn't understand the way that women communicate, he might think that he is coming across in the wrong way. And he needs to tell her now that, "Oh, no, I'm a really good guy," or maybe you're getting the wrong impression of me, or something like that. And of course, you don't have to be a bad guy or a player or anything like that to make women feel sexually attracted. But if a woman is saying that, then she's seeing you as a bad boy type of guy, or a guy who just makes her feel turned on and makes her want to break her own rules of not sleeping with a guy right away. She feels like she just wants to get with you. Another example, "You smell really good." And that can just be a nice compliment, but if, for example, she leans in closer, she breathes you in and possibly caresses your arm or runs her fingers down your back or just caresses you in some way, then it's a much more obvious sign that she is finding you sexually attractive as well, and she's thinking about sleeping with you. It's on her mind. And for some guys, they may see that as, "Oh, she's just given me a compliment on my cologne." And for other guys who hear this now, they may think, "Well, geez, do I have to wear cologne to attract women? Is that the way to get women to sleep with you?" Absolutely not. You don't need to wear cologne to attract women. And in fact, sometimes a guy will wear a cologne that a woman doesn't like, and it'll actually make her feel a bit repelled by him. So colognes are a little bit hit and miss, and they're definitely something that you don't need to have, but you can have if you want to. If you're able to make women feel attracted enough for other reasons, for example, you're very confident, you might be charming, or you might use what I call playfully challenging humor very well, you might flirt with women very well, you might have what I call untamed energy, and so on. If the woman is feeling attracted to you for many reasons, then if she doesn't really like your cologne, she will usually be willing to overlook that and want to get with you anyway. If you happen to be wearing a cologne that she does like, and you've been making her feel attracted, you're confident, you've been flirting with her, she feels feminine in comparison to your masculine behavior and your masculine approach to the conversation, and then she smells your cologne and she likes it, then it's going to be one extra thing that she likes about you. But if you're not wearing cologne, she can still feel attracted to you anyway, right? To the non-physical traits that I was talking about. You can be making her feel attracted and turned on for those reasons, and she will then find another way to compliment you, another way to show interest. So she may say something like she likes your shirt, or she may be putting in extra effort to laugh at your jokes and then say that you're funny. And she's hoping that you're going to pick up on the compliments that she's giving you, the extra effort that she's putting in to show interest, to understand that, okay, she's not going to directly say she wants to have sex with you, but she's going to hint at her interest in you. And you got to be confident enough to look at those very subtle signs, because it's not going to be the same for every woman. Sometimes you'll come across a woman who wants a guy who's a lot more confident than her, so she won't say that she likes your shirt. Instead, she'll try to mess with you and see if you can handle it. She'll say, "What's with that shirt you're wearing?" Or if you're making jokes, she might say, "You think you're funny? That wasn't funny." And she wants to see if you're going to crumble now, if you're going to be afraid, if you're going to feel like you're losing your chance with her. And if that's the case, then she's gotten her answer. Okay, you're not confident enough for a woman like her. But what a lot of guys don't understand is that with women like her, who will challenge a guy and mess with him a little bit, once a woman like that sees that you're confident and you can handle interacting with a woman like her, you don't crumble, she softens. She doesn't remain difficult and continue to challenge you and mess with you. Instead, she might add in a few teasers here and there, but essentially she softens and she starts to show you a side of her personality that she rarely shows to other guys, because she doesn't want other guys getting the impression that she likes them, because she is usually going to be very attractive. Instead, she only wants to show that side to a guy if he's confident enough for a woman like her. Another example is, "I should leave, but I don't want to." So this usually happens when a woman is feeling very attracted to you and she knows where the interaction is leading. She knows that she's feeling turned on. She knows that you're confident enough to make a move, and it's most likely going to result in kissing or sex. So she then says something like, "I should leave, but I don't want to." Or she might say, "I should leave, but I don't know if I want to yet." Rather than saying to you, hey, I'm feeling turned on, I'm feeling attracted, I really like you, I want to sleep with you, so yeah, you want to hook up tonight or you want to go back to my place? Instead, she'll say something indirect, she'll dangle a bit of an opportunity and see if you can pick up on it, if you have the confidence to move it forward. By saying something like, well, I should probably leave, but I don't want to, or I'm not sure if I want to. And that's a pretty obvious sign that she's feeling sexually attracted, she's feeling turned on. She knows what's most likely going to happen if she stays in the interaction because you're confident enough to make a move. So she's trying to seem a little bit more ladylike so you can respect her. You can see that she's not a woman who goes out there chasing sex and asking for sex. Instead, she's just encountered a situation where she has met you and she feels so attracted to you and she's not sure if she should go along with it. And she is kind of thinking, well, should I stay or should I go? But she really wants to stay. She really wants to continue on with you and end up sleeping with you. So the thing is, if you're getting those sort of signs from women, it's quite easy. You can move things forward very easily. But if you're not getting those type of signs from women, if they're not saying those sort of things to you, if they're not hinting at wanting to have sex with you, then you need to start behaving in a way that triggers sexual attraction inside of women. And if you're interested in learning how to do that, I teach that in my Attraction Mastery video lesson series. In the lessons, I teach you exactly what to say and do to make women feel sexually and romantically attracted to you. And I have guys from all over the world who are learning it, and they're getting results like this, where they kiss and have sex with women the first time that they meet them. They get out of the friend zone with a woman they really like, they start kissing her. They get phone numbers at gyms from waitresses. One guy even got a woman calling out her phone number at the traffic lights because he was able to make her feel attracted and feel some sparks, and he then asked her for her phone number and she called out her number and held up traffic. Another guy slept with new women multiple days in a row, and so did another member of the community. Not that you need to do that, but it just shows you the type of power and control that you can have over this area of your life when you actually know how to make women feel sexually attracted to you. When you do that, women want to be with you. And sometimes they won't say obvious things, like I was talking about in this video. They won't dangle the opportunity. Instead, they want you to be confident enough to shoot your shot. And if you need help with that, if you need help with the confidence to shoot your shot, the confidence to talk to women that you find attractive, what to say, what to do to actually get results, then check out my Attraction Mastery video lesson series. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video here on YouTube.